Hey everyone, come along with me while I do my winter sowing. So the varieties that I'll be attempting to do it in, I want to say early January, I did my snapdragons, I did my lavender, and I did hollyhock. But before it got any warmer and tomorrow we are supposed to have a snowstorm, I decided that I would be doing kale, lettuce, spinach, and I was gonna be trying the poppies. They say that they're supposed to be like a winter sow seed, but the description in the back isn't too clear, so we're gonna roll with it.
Alrighty guys, so what we're going to start doing right now, just to prep everything, is we are going to have to prep our soil. So it's not like normal sowing where you kind of just put your soil in, your fertilizer, or whatever you want to add into it. You put your seeds in, and then you water after everything. Well, this is not how this works. It is my first year, so I am no expert. I'm doing this because I'm trying to learn, and last year was my very first year gardening, but this year I also want to expand into flowers because I feel like my garden, I wanted to produce not only things for me to eat, but I want to be able to enjoy the beauty that a garden can bring outside of vegetables and fruit. So I'm expanding into into flowers this year. It's really exciting. But what we're doing here is we're putting our soil into a container. We're adding some water. I was like, nope, it's not soda, it's water, because we're supposed to get this soil pretty like moist, and we're gonna have to mix it in and just get it super nice and moist. The deal is you don't want it sopping wet. You don't want to squeeze it and have it drip water, because that can cause rotting to happen, and you don't want that. So as you're going to see, I do a squeeze test and it does pass it, which is great. This is just a starting off point. I knew I was going to need more, but this is just so you guys can see it's stuck together and it's perfect. So now we can actually get on to filling these old milk containers. And those little slits I'm showing you guys I made some drainage holes because obviously there's water there. If there happens to be some excess water, you want it to kind of drain out. And if it rains, if it snows, whatever the case may be, you want there to be somewhere for the water to escape and for your seeds and your plants to not rot. So I started off with a poppy. These are the Icelandic variety. I have a couple other, but the ones I do have say to sow in the summer or early spring. We're not there just yet, and I do want to start these. So I was like, you know what, I'll take the risk with these. And the seeds are so tiny. They were so tiny. They almost like stuck to my hands. And so I just kind of like sprinkled them about, picking out like little things that the soil might have. My soil that I did buy, I bought it last year, and it has like little sticks in it. So I wanted to get that stuff out. But after it's all, put together, you close it up and you make sure to label it because you don't want to confuse your jogs. Like, I'm totally foreshadowing right now. I completely mixed them up and I had to like switch it up and be like, oops, nope, that's not what that is. But yeah, just make sure to label and seal up your milk jugs. And I'm using milk jugs because they're kind of that like weird transparent, but it's kind of like cloudy, but that's okay because the whole point is you kind of want to make like a greenhouse effect. And so you make sure that the lid is not on, so oxygen is flowing, and that it is sealed up so that the sun and the moisture that's already in the soil can create a really healthy and beautiful environment for your plants. So here I wanted to speed up because it's a lot for a video. So I just sped it the mixed up some more soil and I started popping, the the seeds, and some of them did need a little bit of soil on top because they just weren't that small. So they were going to need that little layer of moisture on the top, while the poppies were completely fine and you could kind of just pat them in. Now we simply put them away with the other ones. Big stretch. All right, let's do this. Alrighty, now it's just time to put them along with the other ones, and you guys will see what I did in early January. So these are the ones that I did in January. I have the snapdragons. I believe, yep, this is the lavender. And then the other one I have is hollyhock. These are all flowers. And you can see the condensation that's already happened. And I was surprised because I didn't know I had already gotten some germination. So that was really exciting that I saw the hollyhock was doing well. This one, those little white spots are also germination. This one, zip. Not a nothing yet, but you know what? That's the beauty of winter sowing. And yeah, you just get to see the fruit of your labor. It's really such a beautiful thing. And it's taught me a lot of patience last year, and I'm hoping that I learn a lot more this year as well. All right, and last but not least, it's time to clean up. Something I'm teaching my son is put your things away. So I'm trying to practice what I preach this year. And I'm making sure that if I use some soil or whatever I use, I clean up after myself because it's important to keep my surroundings clean and tidy. So, yep. I'm also making sure to wash out my bins that I use because I don't want any bugs or anything weird happening there. Too much water in anything could rot. And it is like a tin, like a cookie tin. So I'm just making sure that I put everything away so that next year is productive and easy for me to kind of just get along with. So thank you so much for coming along with me, guys. This has been a blast. God bless you and happy gardening.